Welcome back. Our number is 0808-054-2233. That's 0808-054-2233. Do call and ask your question. And of course, you can tweet at CTV_Mary A. That's CTV_Mary A for your questions, your comments. Look, listen, and link. Now, what I understand is when you face a crisis, maybe you see something has happened and you are on the spot, you call first.
Exactly.
Call authorities. So what is this link if that's not the link? You call authorities, then you start to help. Or
yeah, if you are trained to do that, you can start, and of course the call is for a backup.
Okay.
But if you are not trained to do that,
you call first.
Yes, because it's very important.
If you've called first before you looked and you listened,
it's like
what's the link?
Yeah, the link is that you're still giving support at that point in time. That means you are still like involved. They are still supporting that because you know you can't even deal with it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Maybe somebody probably doesn't have internal injuries and it's not bleeding.
Exactly.
Would support also be just responding to the person's explanations?
Listen.
Like, this is what happened. Oh, yeah, I can understand what you're passing through. Is that...
You can't understand. You can't even tell them you understand because you don't understand. Yeah, a lot of us make that mistake. I can understand. No, you don't understand. You just say, I can imagine what you're going through.
Okay.
You know, because you don't understand. So at that point, the second L, listen, comes to play because you're listening to that person. Is ranting. So people can get very upset.
Yes, they just go unhinged.
On and on and on, yeah.
Okay, so is it okay to say something like, can I call someone for you?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. But don't pressure them to ask them details of what has happened.
Okay.
That is not for psychological first aid. It's time bound. Let's not forget that it's time bound. So you are trying to get swift, immediate response for that individual. Okay, can you call ambulance? But paramedics come take the person. If there's a national or local line, you could call. If there's already backup, because okay, this person doesn't really need much, or this person needs more, take this person aside and all that. So
okay, you have mentioned the call.
Yeah.
What do we call? Is there a number?
At least in Lagos we have one.
Does that work?
Yes, it does. At least I've called and it works.
112.
Yes, it works. At least. I have called and it worked.
I have called 112 and they responded. But, okay, somebody is in Kaduna. Can they call 112?
No.
Okay, so this is something that has to be worked on.
Exactly. Nationwide line that can actually, and that is why we're saying the psychological first aid is a call for action for it. Government has to get involved. Corporate organizations have to get involved. Train some
because
staff.
Somebody could be bleeding and there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Exactly.
Except, is there training for lay people to
learn how to do that?
No, not necessarily learn how to handle it, but put the person in a position such that they will lose the least amount of blood.
Exactly.
While help is coming.
Exactly. No, yeah, because if you come to a scene, a crisis place, and see somebody bleeding profusely, despite the fact that you came in for psychological first aid, you must be able to arrest that bleeding. Either you get it tied up, or you use something to hold, or you must arrest that bleeding. So, because the more the person loses blood, because the death is just around the corner. So that is not the time for you. It will not blend with physical first aid. While you are arresting a bleeding, you are listening to the individual, you are encouraging the individual, you are keeping the individual calm, because there's definitely bound to be agitation. Oh, I'm losing blood. What's happening to me? Am I going to die? And all that. So you're calming the person while still dealing with the physical first aid.
All right. You spoke about safety.
Yes.
Let's imagine somebody is in a crisis. He can't find his 3 children. We don't know where they are or what has happened to them. And he decides to attack you. You're the only person around and the person is scared. What do you do for yourself?
Yeah, there must be a way you have.
Okay, let's hang on to that question. There's a call coming in. Right. Hello, Wally.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wally. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is this. You were talking about having somebody like that to assist in the north. Even in the south here, something happened just last week, an accident. As we were trying to assist doing this, some people are saying, do this. How would they know you're a professional before you attend to them, before you do anything? You know, the culture in Nigeria, people want to see what is going on, this and that. They won't allow anything. So how do you approach that?
Okay, thank you very much, Wally. I think this is a very important question.
And practical.
The reaction of people
around,
at the scene.
Around.
Some people are crowding that person. Some are wailing. Some want to help and don't know what to do. And some know what to do and are not being led through.
Exactly.
So how do we sort out this mess?
You know, like what we just said in preparation. Now you've come to a crisis center. Maybe you're just going on your way to somewhere, and then you met this crisis center. And of course, you are a trained psychological first aider. So when you get to there, you've already known. You have to prepare. Okay, what is the crisis? So you're going to ask somebody what happened here. Oh, it can't knock this individual down. So you're going to pathway. You're going to start announcing, I'm this. I'm Dr. Memuna. Oh, I'm Mary Anali Yusuf, and I'm a trained psychological first aider.
Thank you.
I want to. So you announce your arrival. People are bound to listen. People are going to say, oh, let's listen to this individual. Let's know
what he's about.
Exactly. So your composure, the way you come around, not the one that like, so what, then after you are joining the crowd, and at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I know what to do, or you're mumbling to yourself. You are not even composed. You are scared yourself.
Okay, so you should be ready.
Yes.
Always ready.
Always ready.
You've parted the crowd now. You've gone through.
Yeah.
But people are still hanging around as they always do.
You are going to try to get 1 or 2 persons to help you.
Okay.
Take the crowd away. You help, get this person in. You must be able, you should take the leadership position come into play then. You should be able to tackle it heads on and do what you have to do.
Okay. So this lay person who has been trained can do this?
Yes.
Will they be given some sort of certificate or?
Yeah, if you're trained, yeah, certificate of attendance and all this, yeah.
So that you can have more authority to at least
because
put in your
an ID card, that's not the time to show your ID card and start announcing, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Maybe on my own part, I can say, oh, because I'm always with my ID card, being a physician and all this is it and all, but that is not even the issue. The issue now is that person needs air. So you're giving first aid at that point. Everybody pathway, no more videoing, no more taking pictures.
Those
which is
videos.
Very sad. Which is very sad when it comes to it's everywhere in the world.
Some people get the whole video
of the whole thing. They don't
dies.
do anything and person dies. In fact, they will get the video of when the person even passed away. That is not it. So you get them away and take the person, once you train, a lot of times when you're trained for psychological force, you also train for the physical. So the person is lying in a kind of position which is not going to aid blood circulation. You are going to help the person turn and position the person well. If he's bleeding, you know what to do. But of course, we are all scared of blood and all that. No gloves. You're not prepared. Remember, it's first aid. You're not prepared, so you are going to also be head conscious. So what can you do? You can't just dip your hand into the blood just like that. No. So you're going to put yourself in a position that I have to be safe. So you listen and link, and then of course Lagos call 112.
112 for Lagos.
Yes.
Lagos is so lucky to have 112. Let's go on a short break now. Please stay with us. We'll be back in a minute.